All right, starting up on page 2, we start with number 4 saying an airplane is traveling at 640 miles per hour for 2 hours at a bearing of 30 degrees. It turns and flies 4 hours at 700 miles per hour at a bearing of 80 degrees. How far is the airplane from where it started? So first, a bearing is how many degrees from north. So 30 degrees from north would look something like this. 30 degrees from north. And if it's traveling 640 miles an hour for 2 hours, we need to figure out how far it goes. So that's going to be 12 or 1,280 miles. Now at this point, it's going to change direction. So this is a little bit off. Slide this over a little bit. Wonderful. Now it's going to fly at a bearing of 80 degrees. That's not my, here we go. So 80 degrees, this would be 90, so we need to cut up 10 degrees. So this is 80 degrees, and it's going to fly for 4 hours at 700. So I'll make it this pretty big. So that's because that's 2,800 miles. And now I want to figure out how far it is from the beginning, this distance. Well, if this is 80 degrees, we know that's 10. This is 90 degrees. And if this is 30, this is 30 here. So this whole angle is 130 degrees. So now once I know that that angle is 130 degrees, I can use the law of cosines. C squared is equal to 1,280 squared plus 2,800 squared minus 1,200 times, I forgot my 2, minus 2 times 1,280 times 2,800 times the cosine of the angle in between, which is 130 degrees. So now what we have to do is figure out what all this is multiplied together. So I'll just take out my trusty calculator, type in 1,280 squared plus 2,800 squared times all the rest. And I have 1,4085901.59. And now to find out what my actual distance is, I need to square root that. So it's 3,753.1 miles. Now that tells us how far it is from where we started. All right, now we can go into the next problem. We want to draw a vector PQ. So PQ, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to go 2 up 7. Now I'm going to draw this vector from P to Q. Now, so I drew P to Q, and now I want to find the magnitude of that vector. Well, I go to the left 5 and up 2. So if I draw these in, 5 and 2, I'll say 5 squared plus 2 squared is equal to c squared, or 25 plus 4 is 29. If I square root 29, that's going to be my distance. We'll do the same thing down here. I'm going to go 4 to the left, 2 down, 1 to the right, 4 up. Now I'm going to go from P to Q. Now from -4 to 1, I moved over 5 units. From -2 to 4, that's going up 6. So I have to do 5 squared plus 6 squared is equal to c squared, or of 25 plus 36. So that would be, what, 61? So the square root of 61 is that distance, or that magnitude. Now in number 6, they ask us to draw these vectors u plus v. U is 3, 2. V is 5, negative 6. Now when we're adding vectors, we take the second vector and put it at the end of the first. So I go to the right 5, down 6, and that's my final vector. So u plus v is this one right here. Now if I wanted to label it, u plus v would be 8, negative 4. W minus v, w is negative 3. Minus v is, I'm going to go to the left 5 and up 6. So now, so w minus v is this vector, w minus v. So that vector should be negative 8, positive 6. I went to the left 8 and up 6. All right, now that is we're finished with page 2.